feel like that's the most awkward part for me. I never know how to answer.
I feel underdressed. These guys, man.
Dude,
Stunt.
us with these snazzy glasses.
Stunting, bro.
Sometimes you just gotta flex.
The
That's
sweater
right.
weather, bro.
Flexing hard. Goodwill's flexing hard.
Goodwill. We have with us today. We'll start with you.
I want to
Name
wave, but
and
I don't know.
instrument. You got a camera
Every
there,
cam.
there.
There's so many cameras.
There.
You should let me know I can run my camera. We can have like as many.
Camera set.
We'll cut your footage in. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's completely surrounded. Just point at them one at a time.
Yeah.
So,
Camera collapse.
What name and instrument?
I am Dominic Kozak, and I play guitar and sing song.
I'm Xander Velasco, and I play the drums.
Jacob Holland, some singer last names too, and I play bass.
Very nice, very nice.
And who collects these dope ass sunglasses?
That would be your boy.
Okay. What's the story behind that?
Dude, so like, I've had a couple of them like growing up. For instance, like these SpongeBob ones, dude, I've had for like forever. But somewhere in like high school, dude, me and my friends just like had an idea to, hey, let's all get children's sunglasses. So we started getting like a bunch of them, just wearing because it just looks goofy as fuck. So like, that's literally the only story. Like that's literally the story behind it.
Everyone's like bottle caps and shit, and you're like, yeah, children's sunglasses.
Yeah, dude.
Right. It's like the cherry on top.
It is
Just
on top,
sets
yeah.
it off.
How did y'all come up with your name in a Goodwill?
No.
At Goodwill.
That'd be cool. As fuck,
No,
though.
but it's
Goodwill,
actually
Goodwill,
funny.
at
We
Goodwill.
changed our Instagram at, and now like a bunch of people are tagging us, thinking that we're the actual Goodwill. So we'll get excited, like, ooh, someone tagged us in a post, and it's just like some person at Goodwill.
Yeah. At Goodwill.
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
check us out if you want. We like Goodwill too.
Goodwill.
How did we come up with the name?
I think Xander also came up with that.
Dude, yeah, it was
Yeah?
just like, I don't know, we were in like a group chat and we were like, okay, let's think of names. So for like a couple of days, we were just like spouting out just like random stuff, like more like on a like more serious side, and also just some like just stupid, just real goofy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude, it was just like Goodwill. It's like I'll just play on words really.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
cool
just
ring,
it just
too.
won majority. Y'all were like, that's the one.
Yeah, it just
What
sounds
were some
cool.
others that were
I'm
almost
trying
a
to
debate?
think. What were some other?
PEMDAS.
So crazy.
Oh, yeah.
PEMDAS, that was one.
PEMDAS was one.
Wait, what is it?
PEMDAS.
PIMDAS? Okay, that's cool.
Then I don't know. What
That was the
was-
only one I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't we say like Mustache Cash Stash as a band name originally? But then
No. Oh, and then
Yeah, originally-
Beach Boys 2 Men.
Beach Boys come
Beach
in.
Boys.
Wait, no,
That was for Olsen. Shit.
We have another band too.
But that's another story.
Another band.
Band within a band.
Yeah, it's literally the three of us, but then our friend Fisher.
That's cool. That's cool.
But we all swapped instruments too in that one. We all play something else,
Like I play drums.
and then I play the bass in that and do vocals.
Okay. Well, how did y'all start Goodwill? What did?
So back in March of 2017, Mom Jeans was in town playing at a house show in Denton, and I was
And
like,
Safe Face.
yeah, with Safe Face too. I was like, yo, this is cool as shit. But the thing is, like, I didn't really know anybody in Denton at the time, so I just went to the show by myself, and then I ended up meeting Jacob there, and then so we ended up like chilling or whatever, and then we like add each other on Facebook and like kind of like message like here and there or whatever. And then we decided to, well, he does booking, so I was like, yo, I'll help, whatever. So then we like started booking a bunch of shows together. And then I was like, hey, yo, you want to start a band? He's like, yeah, dude, for sure. So we go and start practicing at my parents' garage. And originally I was playing the bass and he was playing guitar. And we were just kind of, I don't know, honestly just kind of just jamming. And then he ended up going back to El Paso because that's where he's from. So he went back to El Paso for the summer. And we booked Dom for a show under his solo name, Face Value. So,
And man, that's how I met Xander.
yeah.
Because, like, I played solo and I didn't know anyone there. And then Xander was the booking guy, so he came and said, hey, kind of latched. And I was like, hey, what's good, bro? We're
Yeah.
friends now.
Yeah, dude. So then that happened, and I was like, yo, this guy's really good. And then I ended up hitting him up later. I was like, yo, so me and Jacob were trying to start a band. You want in on this? He's like, yeah, dude, for sure. So we ended up practicing in my parents' garage. Same thing. He's doing like guitar, and I don't even know what I'm doing.
And fun fact, it was I played guitar, and originally I was like self-conscious of my voice, so he was gonna sing, and it's an unreleased song, but we still play it live. Like what's it? The do 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 do.
Yeah,
like that
like
was
the faster one.
Like one of the
Yeah.
songs that we jammed
Yeah.
that day was like became a song.
Yeah, that was like when we started writing it. But so that happened, and we kept jamming, and then Jacob ended up coming back after summer, so we got together as like the 3-piece and jammed, and then.
But I didn't. It was like when we jammed for the first time at my place. Like we didn't really have like a plan or anything. Like at the time, I didn't even know that Xander played drums. I don't think.
Yeah.
So it all just kind of worked out because otherwise it would have just been like.
Because like
Two
our original
guitars.
plan, our original plan was like 2 guitars, like bassist and vocalist, and then we were gonna find a drummer. But then like our first practice, and we're like, well, we only got 3 of us, so I was like, I'll hop on drums, and then Jake was like, I'll play bass, and then you play guitar and
That's weird.
songs, and also we wrote like we all like so our EP, we actually wrote most of those songs like that day. It was pretty
Very
crazy.
nice.
Like two.
Like 2, like half of them at least.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Super productive.
The
Yeah,
one
dude,
that's
just mesh it.
on Spotify.
Yeah, the ones on
Bandcamp,
Spotify,
yeah.
Bandcamp,
Yeah.
iTunes,
Yeah.
whatever. We're even on Tidal if that's your jam.
You
So,
know,
like,
Tidal.
you know, I saw y'all's album posted by, I think it's called Chill Wave.
Oh, yeah, the homie.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That was
Chill Wave.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
really
Because
cool.
I've
man.
been Chillwave. They used to run what was it called?
KM Music. Yeah.
And that
Okay.
that channel was like where like a bunch of big emo bands like Mom Jeans and stuff posted their album originally, and it had like millions of views.
Yeah.
And I was in a band that I tried to get on KM Music, and then that didn't work out. I guess we weren't good enough. So it was like really cool that like the person that's collaborated with so many different artists.
Yeah, like
Like,
small
fuck with
and
us.
big, so it's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's super neat that someone can just do that. And, you know, I mean, y'all get extra exposure just from that. which
Yeah,
is
dude, it's
awesome.
cool. Like some of like, for instance, like the Anxiety song, that's like up to
Yeah.
like almost like 700 something views on his channel.
Yeah,
so
like
it's crazy.
775, 49 likes. I'm like,
Yeah,
dang, this
we're
is
moving
crazy.
up in the world.
That's cool. Heck yeah,
Right.
guys. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's sweet, man. So, y'all have plans for like future writing material and stuff like that?
Mhm.
or-
Yeah,
We're
it's
Weird,
writing
we're
stuff
literally
right
just
now.
talking about that like outside.
Yeah, like the song that we played last was actually one of the new ones that we've
Okay.
recently written. So
Very nice.
that's
Mhm.
like whatever
Yeah.
we decide to release, that's definitely gonna be like one of the songs on it for
Nice.
sure.
Yeah.
And then we have like a couple ideas that we're throwing around right now.
Very nice.
You'll have like a really solid live set of some things that aren't on the EP, new and old.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
a
Yeah, like there's
collection.
one song that we play that, like I said, it was the first song we ever wrote in like me and Xander's jam in his garage,
Yeah.
but we don't know what to do with it because like it doesn't fit with the new stuff really, and it wasn't on the EP, and we already did the one song for a compilation with Mount Seldom Records, so the song is just like in the
It's
set
just
list, but we
chilling.
just like don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little interlude.
Yeah, we don't know. We might put her on something because honestly, it's honestly like one of my favorite songs we've written.
I
Though
think
it's a really good.
I
It's
like
fun.
it. Like we play it. Like it's fun.
Y'all loose with your set too, like you kind of jam stuff. Like, hey, let's do this tonight. Let's try
Yeah,
this.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
like
Just
during
play it,
the
like,
yeah.
right there.
Well, there's a lot. Like I remember the last show. I told Jacob like, do we get to write a set list? And he was like, no.
No, yeah,
It's
I
kinda
don't
fun,
think
though. I
we've
feel
ever
bad.
made a
Yeah.
set list. It's just kind of we just come up with it
Yeah,
on the
we just
spot.
kind of jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's more
there's-
fun that way.
Yeah,
It is
you
more
can
fun.
feel the spontaneity of it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Feel the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what was it like recording that EP? Where did y'all record that? How'd y'all-
We recorded with Michael Briggs, Civil
Yeah.
Audio,
Shout out
and that was
Michael
really
Briggs.
cool because
Yeah.
like he's also worked with a ton of bands that we look up to, and he's kind of like a local legend. So that was really cool to get to record with him.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool experience.
How long did it take?
We
Like one full day, pretty much.
yeah. Well, we had 8 hours of recording time, and then I think we finished it in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And we were just like sitting around, like, because we didn't want to waste all the time. We were like, what else can we do?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Where is he located at? In Denton?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Like, he also records out of his house.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, man, there's just, I mean, you find these people that are super passionate about it, and it's like, man.
Yeah. And he's like super good too.
Yeah, he sounds,
that's
it
awesome.
Yeah,
sounds
he
so
knows his
good.
stuff.
Like, he's been at it for a while.
He records a lot of bands in Denton and all around DFW too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Denton has a great scene up there. Is that where y'all planning to record the next album too?
Most likely.
Most likely,
Most
yeah,
likely.
for sure.
Cool, man.
Yeah, he killed the EP, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
Build a nice networking relationship that way.
And like
Yeah,
just
for
the
sure.
vibes in there. There have been so many different musicians coming through, so there's just like
Yeah.
like a creative kind of atmosphere.
That's awesome.
It's a real like positive energy in there for sure.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, being comfortable. That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Feeling
Definitely feel like that here as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, I mean, look at
Yeah.
the setup. This shit's
Yeah.
like super homey.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Warm and inviting, you know.
Yeah.
Come on and sit down.
For sure.
That's
What is y'all's individual? We'll start with individual influences.
I guess. I mean, my number one favorite band is Under Oath. And then I kind of just go through like phases of like listening to different types of stuff. Like lately, I've been into a lot of shoegaze stuff. But I mean, I also listen to like hardcore emo rap. I just try and keep an open mind, pretty much. Yeah.
That's pretty good for a musician, right? Always stay open-minded.
Definitely.
Influences from everywhere.
Yeah. So my influences are kind of, I guess, all over the place too, because I listen to like a wide variety. Like, from emo for sure, definitely. I mean, I'm in an emo band. Shoegaze is tight. Hip hop for sure. I like a handful of pop punk too. Dude, just honestly anything but country. I just
Oh, God.
I can't do country. I'm sorry.
Not even Jolene, bro. Jolene.
I mean, it's just kind of like it's like one of the songs
That
that's
is
just
like
kinda
the
just, like,
country
there.
song.
Oh, God, it is.
You didn't see that
White
meme?
Stripes cover over is pretty good, honestly.
I don't know.
That is such a good song.
That's hilarious.
Uh,
That's awesome, man. It's
yeah.
pretty much anything with the groove, just not a country groove.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I have like out of like my favorite albums, I'm pretty sure I can pinpoint like a favorite album in each genre
Very
for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I used to write like a lot of like dad rock. Like that was my vibe for a little bit. I was in like a dad rock band and everything. And then I first started writing like kind of like spacier kind of stuff, more like alternative, I guess. Like when I was introduced to like Balance and Composure and Title Fight, that kind of group. And then recently it's branched more into shoegaze, just because it's like so spacey and like I love that kind of vibe, you know.
That's cool. So it kind of like adds it all in there with shoegaze in a way, right? Yeah. What about some of your influences, like?
I've noticed like honestly a lot of it is like Incubus is my favorite band of all time, and then like the Deftones are also really good. So I'm influenced a lot by like kind of older kind of stuff, like kind of like the dad rock when like that was all I knew was dad rock, and then they like had all those alternative elements, and then the alternative elements kind of spiraled into finding like emo and stuff, which emo is based around like the certain aspects of the dad rock that I enjoyed.
Gotcha. Very cool, man. That's awesome. Excellent. For sure.
What's your favorite show you've ever played?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite one was our first show.
Oh, at Casa?
Yeah, we played at Casa de Montrose in Denton.
It was that's a funny story. Yeah.
That is actually a funny story.
Uh,
I guess I'll tell it. So there's this event going on in Denton called Muchacha Mayhem.
Okay.
That was basically used. There's 3 separate shows at 3 separate venues, like house venues, and it was basically to showcase like the badass women, like the musicians and stuff in the community. And so it was all basically all female bands. or LGBT, like, it was both, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, so the very last show was on the third night at Casa de Monstros, and they had 2 bands drop. Well, we got invited to play the show along with the owner, one of the owners that lives there. His name's Dan. He's in a band called Sylvania Avenue, and they filled in as a 2-piece for that show. Their bassist was somewhere else, whatever. So it was just guitar and drums. But it was honestly, that was a really sick show.
And it was like funny because we got like what y'all were at like Waffle House or something like the night of. It was like 3 a.m. the day before the show, and they confirmed the show. And then he just calls me like, "Hey, bro, you want to play a show tomorrow? Like our first show ever?" And I was like, okay."
Yeah, but then also Animal Crossing for GameCube played, and Manifest Destiny's Child.
Yeah, that
just
was
the
sick.
diverse lineup.
That
That's what I
that
liked
lineup
about
was
it.
like really cool.
Yeah.
For sure. It was like, so there's like 2 emo bands, lo-fi, and then
And then like noise,
Like, it's
kind
like-
of, like funky.
like funk noise. It was
Yeah.
weird, but it was cool as fuck.
It was
It
so
was super
cool.
It was super good.
And then also like our most recent show, like that was super cool just because like we had like stuff that like we've never experienced. Like people were like after
Oh,
our
yeah.
set, they like were coming up and asking to like take pictures with us.
Yeah, dude,
Which
that
is
was
like
wild.
like that. It's just something that you like I've never like experienced or anything.
Yeah,
That show
it
was
was,
And
cool.
it's like
What
it's
was
hard
your
to
last
feel
show?
like
it was at J&J's.
J&J's. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
J&J's is dope.
with Bill Murray and Whalebones. Which, fun fact,
Well,
Bill Murray, the frontman of that band, it was the frontman of Attack Attack. If you guys remember that band,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Johnny Frank. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we played a show with Johnny Frank. That's
That was
like one of my claims to fame.
One of my
yeah,
goals.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was cool. And we ended up like having like a lot of like gear mishap. We were running a little late, and on top of that, we were missing some
Yeah.
pieces. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
ended up like having to cut our set a little short. But yet, for some reason, that set, in my opinion, too, was like one of the best we've ever played. We
Yeah.
only played like 3-4 songs, something like that.
Oh, really?
And then it was enough to impress people to be like, "Hey, let's take pictures with y'all." So
that
it
was so
It was cool.
That was so
like
cool.
it was like
it
I've
was-
never experienced anything like that.
Like people
Yeah.
taking pictures with like Johnny Frank and like all these touring musicians, and then we just like drove 20 minutes to play a show, and people
Yeah.
taking pictures.
Yeah.
It's just like go take like Johnny Frank is right there, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's
dude.
crazy. And then somebody was saying too, like, that it was like the best show they've ever been to. There's one person that said that.
And that was
Yeah,
wild. That was wild.
It was crazy.
That's a
dude.
great feeling, man. That's cool.
Is there a lot of, do y'all feel Denton has a really diverse scene with bands like that? Like most shows are pretty diverse, or
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
there's a lot of diverse shows that go on for sure. Because there's so like Denton, like all the UNT college kids. There's just so much like music creativity in this area. So there's like all these different genres. There's scenes in like pretty much like every genre you can think of. It's like there's their own little scenes where there'll be like not clubs, like venues for I don't know, noise. There's like noise sets and stuff. And there's like over here they have like the emo scene.
and then there's like
then
little
there's, like, a pop punk
subgroups. There's pop
scenes.
punk.
Like
And
it's just
there's-
crazy.
do they mingle?
Yeah, but the thing is they mingle.
Everyone's cool with
There's
each other?
mixed shows that go on with like all these different genres that go on. It's just I don't know. It's crazy. It's really
That's
cool.
crazy. It seems like a really tight knit community up there, like well, music community. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It really is.
But yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. What's some of y'all's biggest on-stage mistakes? Most embarrassing?
Anything embarrassing?
Something
Any
embarrassing.
falls? Any
Or, I can think
forgetting
of one. Remember that one
lyrics?
time we were at the Bean Cave and then like we had to like literally like stop our song and like restart.
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
That was
bad.
pretty bad.
And I used to just have like a really like I run it now with 2 amps, so it doesn't sound as bad. But like my acoustic sounded like shit, and like every show I would try to make it not sound bad, but then it would always sound bad. And so just during the set, I'm just like, like. What about you, Jacob?
I don't
Are you
know.
Mr. Perfect?
Mr. Perfect.
No.
I've never made a mistake on stage.
I don't know. I feel like I'm always having technical difficulties with my gear, but I mean, I don't know.
So
Other than
now-
just like
Remember we played in Dallas and they just ended up like putting you in DI instead of like using your amp and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Because that kept messing up. Was it
Yeah,
because it kept messing up?
Crazy.
I honestly don't know. It was like we sound checked and like they had my amp in and DI, but then when we came back to play, they had like unplugged my amp and like bypassed it. I was like, I guess I'm not using my amp.
Yeah.
But whatever. But
Sometimes.
We don't need to call out the video.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah,
who you are.
It happens.
Every camera.
I don't think
you know,
Goodwill
you
could
know,
have
you know.
any negative effect on a talisman.
No,
No.
not at all.
That's
What's the best show you've ever seen?
I can already think of it. Best show I've ever seen was at the Bomb Factory. Probably like 2 years ago. It was M83.
Oh shit.
M83 is the most talented group of people I've ever seen live in my life. Like, it's insane. It's like, there's just so much just talent. Just like, it was like flawless from start to finish. Like, their albums are like really good as it is. Like, just like real, like, they, I don't know, like, use so many different influences and like genre mixes inside there. And like, it sounds amazing. But seeing them live is like next level. It's crazy to say that their live stuff is better than the studio considering how much is actually going on.
Yeah.
But and on top of that, they had a really cool light show going on. It was just insane.
Yeah, I bet they have cool nice shit too. I just know that one song, Midnight or whatever.
Man,
Midnight
I
City.
don't- I don't-
Midnight, yeah,
City.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope.
Jumping on the beach.
Okay, relax.
Oh, God.
What about you, Jacob?
coolest shit ever. That's hard.
It can even be local or international.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
just
trying to
a
think.
cool
Well,
show?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some bands that I really enjoy seeing live. I don't know. Best show.
He's putting you on the spot. See, he's sitting over in the corner, like.
Yeah.
Well, let
Why
Jacob
don't
have a
you
pass
go
real quick.
Why don't you go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Do you have one in mind?
Honestly, like, there's a lot that goes into it, but when, like, the first thing that comes to mind was Fossil Youth when they played at Killer's Tacos.
That was a really
Which
cool
is
show.
really sick because they booked that show. So, like, they're the ones
Oh,
that, like,
yeah.
put it together.
Actually, Bree did most of
It was
the work.
Bree.
Shout
Bree
out
did
Bree.
most of it.
Long live
She did
bookings.
incredible.
Long live
They did
booking.
incredible on that show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
Bree
Bree.
completely,
Destroyed.
like, the
in a good way.
locals,
Yeah.
it was so
That was
good.
cool.
Yeah, dude, I had a really cool profile picture for a while from that show. I was crowd surfing.
Yeah, like, it was so crazy seeing, like, it was packed and people were, like, going wild. And, I don't know, it was just...
Yeah, like even Scotty, the frontman, he was even like on stage like saying about like how this is like one like the coolest shows he's ever played.
Because they ended up breaking up after that tour, so it's like...
Yeah.
So it was like they hadn't announced it, but I think they knew they were gonna break up.
Yeah.
So it's like they were on stage and it was like their last tour, and then to see all these people like going, like they were going fucking crazy, like
Yeah.
it was fucking wild. So it was like kind of special for them too.
Yeah, it was. It was a really cool show for sure.
That sounds like a lot of elements to make that special.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like everything was good, but the sound wasn't good or something. I'm like, damn, it really ruined the experience. Or sometimes the crowd is just not as
Not
lively
into
as
it,
they
yeah.
could be.
Right.
That's my problem with the front bottoms. Every time I go see the front bottoms, everyone's just standing there, and I'm like, come on,
I don't know, dude.
It's like, what can
Have
do
you
to
heard their
front-
new stuff?
What
I
can you
would
do to
sit
the
still
front
too.
bottoms, man?
do what?
What can you even do to the front bottoms?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Cause you are water.
Okay, but it's like people weren't even like vibing. They were literally just like just staring.
Like they
Soaking
needed a
it all
table to
in.
sit down and drink
Yeah.
some coffee or
Yeah.
tea.
Good show, sir.
The crowd makes a show, man. Sometimes,
does.
Definitely
you know,
does.
just
Definitely
like
influences.
yeah, influences. You even loosen up a little bit more when the people loosen up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they actually like it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, it's
I've
always
heard-
fun when the crowd gets into it too.
Oh, man.
I've heard bands mention that like more Americans are like that than like overseas and stuff. They're a little more just like out of their shit. But over here, everyone's kind of more chill about the shows when they're watching.
That's it. European tour. 2K19. Goodwill Goodwill's tour in Ireland.
Ireland?
Oh gosh, pub after pub.
What's some pet peeves, musician pet peeves, playing live? Like just your experiences playing live, writing music.
Shit, dog.
Whenever you're trying to talk, but everyone else is playing.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's great.
Or like when you're like whenever y'all are tuning, whatever, I'm still like banging on my drums.
Yeah.
See, he knows. You know.
Sometimes I do it on
Even
purpose.
God.
If I could just tune.
I don't know a lot about amps, so I have such a problem finding like a good tone, and it's like once I start playing, it's so awkward to like go and change it. So it's like such a pet peeve, of, like getting my equipment to sound good, I guess.
You're the guy always. It's like, just play, man. Just leave the shit alone. Just play.
Just
Right.
play it. Doesn't matter.
What about guilty pleasures? Some music like you wouldn't show to one of these guys.
I don't know, dude.
I love Hobo Johnson.
I get him, yeah.
Honestly, he's not. Yeah,
I
he's not
love
bad.
Hobo Johnson.
Hobo Johnson, oh.
He's
Yeah.
he's literally the front bottoms of like spoken word, dude.
Straight up. Shout out Hobo Johnson. Retweet this if you see it.
Yeah.
He gets too much hate. He needs some love.
He needs
Yeah.
some love.
He needs some love.
Romeo and Juliet is a deep song. He
It
needs the
is.
love.
It's a
There's
great
love.
song.
It's funny.
Dude, I don't know. I can't think of like any like guilty pleasure songs. Cause like if I like a song, I kind of just like to be like, hey dude, have you heard this song?
You don't give a fuck. Like,
It's not Jolene, right? It's not.
Not
No.
Jolene.
Yeah. It's gotta be
Not
one
even the Miley
country
Cyrus
song,
cover,
right?
dude?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's a hard one.
that is that. What's your creative process like? How do y'all write? Y'all kind of just sit around and jam, or
More or less, yeah. There was, I think the most fun I had writing was whenever the day we wrote Good Boy, Good Boy. We all three of us were contributing things. We're like, okay. So Dom was like, hey, check this out, and started singing something. And then I started like kind of like singing along and like doing little different changes. And then we're like, all right, Jacob, your turn. So then like he goes and like tries to like come up with something too. And we just kind of kept going around.
And then
until
like the
came
song
together.
is about like my dog. So like the lyrics are kind of just like whatever. So we were all just like, okay,
I don't know, dude. I
what
feel
are some dog lyrics? And we all just
I feel like the lyrics can like get transcribed to like, I don't know.
it artistically vague, bro. That's my mantra.
Yeah.
It can be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of it is like, you know, we come to the table with ideas and then we all kind of put it together in a certain way.
Yeah. All
Like-
the time Dom just shows up. Dom just
Like-
shows us a riff. And
Like
we
I'll
just
have a
kinda add
riff
our-
and I don't know what to do with it, and then it's just like the creative vibes from like it's just like the way that it all comes together with everyone's input
Yeah.
is like so different than what like one person thinks it could be, you know.
Yeah, so like he'll like bring a riff and then he'll like play it and then I'll start kind of messing around with the drums, come with something, and then like Jacob will throw in a bass line or whatever, and we just kind of just go from there.
Yeah,
Jacob really
Jacob's
good.
so quick with bass lines. He just
It's
gets
pretty
it.
crazy, yeah.
He just fucking gets it.
Dude, literally like 2 seconds. Like we'll be like 30 seconds like this like song we're just started jamming. Jacob already has like some cool ass bass line. We're like, oh shit.
Man,
It's like,
I'm not even that good at bass, honestly. This band is like the first time that I ever played bass. Yeah. Like,
Honestly,
like
that-
I bought a bass like just for this.
you had a bar.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
I noticed that's when stuff works, cause like Xander never played drums, or you played drums in a band.
Like in like middle school.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
this was like the first band where he's like played drums.
Yeah, like actually like played drums.
So
for
then,
sure.
so it just like feels cool that there's more to it than just like you're not just like making music. You're also like getting better or learning like an instrument.
most definitely.
So that makes it cooler.
I was just about to say that. That's one of my favorite things. Is after you write a song, you write it, but then you go perform it, and the more you perform it, you're not only getting tighter at it, but
Like
it's
shit changes.
it's
Make it
evolving
yeah,
that
yeah.
way. You're like, and especially even just how people respond live.
Oh yeah.
It certainly evolves just from that.
Yeah.
Felt kind of weird doing this live.
Right.
Yeah.
New shows, next shows, tour,
So yeah, we're
2019 tour.
European.
European
tour.
UK tour.
yeah, Ireland. But Go to Ireland, bro. But, no, we're actually kind of like we're taking like the rest of the year off. We've had like a super busy, like crazy year.
Very eventful year.
Very eventful year.
dramatic.
Very dramatic year. Yeah, definitely. And so I don't know. We're just taking the rest of this off, but January 4th actually, we have some buddies in a band named Riley. Check them out. They're cool as fuck. The music's good as fuck.
Very cool.
The dudes.
And they hit me up, and they're like, "Yo, do you guys want to play a show with us or whatever? We're coming to," because they're from McAllen, which is like way south.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're like, "Yeah, we're coming through Denton, whatever." And then I was like, "Yeah." So like, so I don't know. They're really cool dudes. They're good friends of ours,
Very nice.
and we're just like stoked to be able to play a show with them for sure.
And you said that's where?
That's happening.
That Killer's
Killer's
Taco
Taco.
Night.
Yeah, it's at Killers.
I think it's
Tacos.
January 4th.
January 4th.
Very nice.
And then we're just gonna kind of focus on writing, I guess, because I'm like really excited to get the new stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel it's like the first EP. A lot of it was just kind of experimenting and trying to figure out like a sound. And
Yeah.
I feel like the new stuff is more like zeroed in.
Yeah, it's more like, yeah, we definitely have more of like a target sound now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like instead of, yeah, like before we were like, if you like the EP has like kind of like different variety of sounds throughout it, but with this new stuff we're writing, I think we've definitely found a sound that like we enjoy playing. So
Yeah. Hopefully, like next year we'll be able to do some like short runs, like some weekend runs, some
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, branch out.
Yeah. Play
It's really
outside.
such a great
DFW.
area.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Do
do
that,
another EP
you
too.
know?
Who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of places to go.
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah.
UK.
Just start right over there, man.
Switch straight there.
Yeah, dude, we can just walk, dude. It's not that
Bro,
far.
straight up.
Just walk
Japanese
right over.
tour 2019, bro. I
Japanese
would
tour.
die.
That would be cool.
Go to the GoFundMe page and you'll check on
Yeah, yeah, right.
Donate to
Goodwill,
Denton.
Japan.
Go fund me,
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Before we get you guys out of here, the most important question is, what is your spirit animal?
Oh fuck.
So I actually have a really funny story about spirit animals. So one time, it was back. My dad for a little while and like stepmom, that family lived in Oklahoma. So there's one day or like one weekend, 1 week somewhere. I don't know how long I stayed out there. I can't remember. Like a week, I think. I went out there and visited, and I ended up getting so wasted, and like. The last thing I remember, like I blacked out. I was so drunk, and the last thing I remember was dialing this chick's phone number on my phone, and then like it like ringing, and then after that I don't remember anything. But the next day, she's telling me how like I was just talking like slurred speech, and like I would like pause for a second, and then they'd be like, "You there?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah," go and like start slurring again. But for some reason, whatever reason, I said that my spirit animal was Trico from Pokemon.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Straight
Good
up. So
answer.
that would be my spirit animal is Trico.
Instead of spirit animals, can we do spirit Pokemon? Let's adjust this question.
Trico is the best starter of all time. Don't at me.
What's your start? What's your spirit Pokemon, Jacob?
I feel like I'm not.
He didn't play much
not
Pokemon.
Oh,
remember?
true.
knowledgeable enough to answer.
Let down.
Alright, you do your animal. We'll do Pokemon.
We'll do Pokemon.
Damn. Well, can I just do like my coolest Pokemon? Because I don't want to be the only guy.
Dude,
Sure.
do it.
I don't know. I mean, Mewtwo's pretty cool.
He's a
I like
cool dude.
playing with him in
Mewtwo,
Smash.
yeah.
Ooh, good
Fun.
shit.
He's a fun character. So.
Yeah.
I like Scyther, bro. Scyther is cool. It's like a double-bladed animal, bro. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, dude, honestly,
Double-wielded,
so, yeah,
double-bladed.
he's cool
Yeah,
as fuck.
I fucks with Scyther, bro.
You see Detective Pikachu?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
No.
whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
the trailer?
The trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer. Dude, I don't know how I feel about it. It's
I'm
just
excited.
weird.
I think it's gonna be good.
Kind of weird.
I feel
I
like
think
it's.
it's
I feel
good.
like it's probably gonna be good, but it's just weird. Like,
But I like it because they're gonna go in like artistically. They're gonna do artistic like Pokemon. You know what I'm saying?
Caleb pointed out it's almost like Ted.
Yeah, like
Kinda
Smokey
a
Monk's
Ted.
Head.
Pokemon
it
Ted.
is, yeah.
It
Ted was a
reminds
good
me of
movie.
that new Winnie the Pooh movie that just came out.
Mm-mm.
I haven't seen it yet.
I wanted
Yeah,
to so
Christopher
bad.
Robin.
I like this pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I wanted to see it so
I'm a pretty
bad.
big Winnie the Pooh fan.
Get Tanner in here and movie talk. We'll have movie talk at the end of every podcast. Movie talk. Anyways, Detective Pikachu in theaters, October 31st.
Something like that.
It's November already. Who
October.
cares?
New Smash Bros. out December
It's
7th.
2019, right? Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
thank you.
thanks for having us.
I'll jam some tunes. Social media.
You can just find us at Goodwill, my TX, like Texas, on Instagram, Twitter.
And then if you look up the full name,
Yeah, if you look up the full name, it'll be
I
on
assume
Facebook or-
it's long enough for us to come to the top of the Google search.
Yeah, and that's Goodwill, comma, Goodwill, like 2 words.
Yes.
Very nice.
Awesome. Thank you guys again.
Yes, man.
See you next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Ciao, 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 ciao.